One of the most watched videos on my YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of views is my hands-on review of the original Bose Revolve and Revolve Plus. I'm Erin from Tech Gadgets Canada, and I had some small troubles with those speakers, so when I heard Bose had announced a new generation of Revolve more than 5 years after launching the originals, I knew I wanted to test them out to see if they've made improvements. In this review, I'll look at the sound quality, the pairing, stereo coupling of the Bose Revolve 2 and Bose Revolve Plus 2, and whether I think these are a good buy for you. An early heads up, if you end up liking this video, to please mash that like button and do subscribe, since both help me keep making more videos here on the channel that I hope everyone out there gets to watch, enjoy, and learn from. So what's the difference between these two speakers? They're both portable Bluetooth wireless speakers. The main differences are in the size, battery life, volume level, and of course price, which we'll get to. The Revolve 2 is on the left and the Revolve Plus 2 is on the right. The overall design is unchanged from the original Revolve series. You're getting tapered cylindrical speakers with rubberized bottoms and tops that house basic touch controls. For the most part, these speakers are identical, except the SoundLink Revolve 2 has up to a 13-hour battery life, while SoundLink Revolve Plus 2 is larger and has up to a 17-hour battery life. The larger Plus 2 also generates higher volume, more room-filling sound, claims Bose. The SoundLink Revolve Plus 2 also has a carrying handle. A quick note on battery life. Each speaker here only adds an additional hour of battery life over the original Revolve speakers. That's not a lot, given Bose has had over 5 years to upgrade. While some portable speakers can get you 20 hours of battery life or more, I'd say what Bose is offering here is merely average. Charging time, by the way, takes about 4 hours on either speaker, which is an incredibly long time. Let's talk setup. The first thing I notice is that neither of my speakers come out of the box with a full charge, which is a bit of a disappointment and means you'll need to wait about 4 hours before your first use. Even so, you can set these speakers up in seconds. When you turn them on, they go right into pairing mode and you'll find them instantly in your phone's Bluetooth menu. You can also get them connected inside the Bose Connect app. A Bluetooth pairing button on top of the speakers is yet another way to connect. Bose's app gives you a few additional features for your speakers, including the ability to pair them together for stereo left and right channels, or set them up in what's called party mode, where the same sound will play across multiple speakers. Both of these are done at the click of a button inside the app, and both worked well and instantly for me. This is the Bose Revolve and the Bose Revolve Plus. My major problem with the first generation Revolve speakers was that I couldn't get them to pair to each other for a stereo pair, and I couldn't get them to link up in party mode no matter what I did. So I'm really glad to see that Bose has been able to resolve this issue. Let's get to the real reason you're all here, the sound quality. Let's get it started. I can say for a fact these speakers both sound outstanding. Delicate sounds are easily audible, like the rasp of a brush on a drum skin. They are extraordinarily well balanced and have bass that's prominent but not buzzy. Each of the layers, the highs, the mids, and the low end, feel like they each have their own place in the room, and overall the speakers sound really great. When it comes to volume, even the Revolve 2 is plenty loud enough at 50% volume. At 75% volume on the Revolve Plus 2, the sound filled the huge open concept living room and kitchen in my house, and carrying on a conversation was impossible. Even at that volume, the audio stayed clear. Stereo mode. Let's touch on that stereo pairing. This is a really nice way to get a more immersive sound if you do want to splash out and get two speakers. You can, by the way, pair two Revolve 2s or mix and match the Plus 2. Stereo pairing is as easy as flipping a switch in the app and sounds wonderfully balanced and dizzyingly symphonic. One quirk I noticed, if the speakers are linked together and you turn one of them off, the whole system will turn off. Better to go into the app, unpair them, and then power down the one you want so you can keep the music going. There are a few other features worth noting. The Revolve 2 and Revolve 2 Plus are both water resistant with an IP55 rating. This essentially means that these speakers will stand up to some pretty good splashing, but you can't submerge them. Since the speakers were on loan to me, I didn't test this out. The Bose Revolve 2 and Bose Revolve Plus 2 can get you connected with your preferred digital assistant, kinda. Well, you can't call for voice assistance just by asking. If you do push and hold the multi-function button on the top of the speaker, you can summon your phone's built-in digital assistant. There is no support for voice control built into these speakers, meaning you can't connect the speaker directly to Google or Alexa, so you can't just use your voice to call for commands. Now, in today's market, where almost every speaker sold has the ability to at least be the option of a smart speaker and to operate your smart home without you touching a single button, Bose has skipped this functionality, and I have to say I'm a bit surprised. While this may not be a make or break feature for some of you, I do feel like giving consumers the option to add voice control is kind of table stakes now. So the fact that it doesn't have voice control built in makes it feel like it's a bit lacking. It sucks when you've got your phone connected to your Bluetooth speaker and you walk away with the phone and then the speaker starts cutting out because the connection is fragmenting. Bose says these speakers have a wireless range of up to 9 meters, which is 30 feet for my American friends, which of course can be affected by things like walls or interference from your Wi-Fi or other wireless devices. I tested this out, placing the speaker at one end of the house and then going to the other, putting multiple walls between me and the Revolve. There was absolutely zero breakup. It's worth spilling some ink or using some digital videotape on the difference in price between these two models. Bose Revolve 2 here sells for about $249 Canadian, and the Bose Revolve Plus 2 is listed for about $369 Canadian. Yes, Bose thinks the Revolve Plus 2 here is worth about $120 Canadian more than this one. Now, that's a lot, particularly considering you can buy a whole other Bluetooth speaker with that $120. So what is the extra cash buying you? Well, you get the fancy carrying handle. There is 4 more hours of battery life and louder volume overall. I guess you'll have to decide if that's worth it. In my opinion, after testing both these speakers, you can be very happy with the size, power, and room-filling ability of the smaller, less expensive Bose Revolve 2 and save yourself some cash. Overall, I'm glad to see these speakers are small but powerful with outstanding sound quality, and they're easy to set up, easy to pair, and you can connect them with a whole bunch of speakers around your house, as long as they're the same speakers, that is. They look great, and they will please modern minimalists as much as audiophiles. Downsides? There's no native voice control or smart speaker connections, and the battery life could be longer, particularly at this price point. But I can definitely recommend either one of these or both if you're looking for a water-resistant portable wireless speaker. Bose Revolve 2 here sells for about $249 Canadian, and the Revolve Plus 2 is listed for about $369 Canadian. If you want to read this review or reference any of what I've talked about, head over to techgadgetscanada.com where I've got a full write-up. There you can ask me any questions you have about either of these speakers. You can also do that here on the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Erin. Until the next time, you can find me on either Twitter or Instagram. I'm at ErinLYYC. You can also always reach me through Facebook at facebook.com/techgadgetscanada.